My pleasure it is this morning to welcome all of us to this bar session in honor of our departed former Deputy Governor, Ekiti State, His Excellency Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi, 1944 to 2023, who was the Deputy Governor between 2018 and October 2022, and of course the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice. All right, was the Deputy Governor of Ekiti State between October 2018 and October 2022. Of course, was the Attorney General, Commissioner for Justice, Ekiti State between October 2002 and January 2003. A lot of distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor, privilege to welcome all of us as we expect the arrival of their excellencies, the Governor and Deputy Governor of Ekiti State. Let me take time out to appreciate my Lord and distinguished personalities that are here seated, and of course to welcome all of us. So it is my honor this morning to welcome the Chief Judge of Ekiti State, the Lord Honorable Justice John Egbeyemi. Can we please put our hands together for my Lord? I'd like to welcome especially and appreciate the President, Customary Court of Appeal, Ekiti State, my Lord Honorable Justice N.O. Abodunde. Can we please put our hands together? Honorable Justice N.O. Abodunde, thank you very much. I'd like to appreciate and welcome the Attorney General, Commissioner for Justice in Ekiti State, Mr. Dayo Akpata, SAN. Permit me to appreciate the Lord judges of All right, I welcome Honorable Justice B.O. Ajileye. Now please put our hands together. Lord, you're welcome. And of course, the customary courts of appeal, I have Honorable Justice R.A. Adeguyi. Now please put our hands together. Honorable Justice L.B. Ojo, let's please put our hands together. Honorable Justice O.O. Ogundele.
Ah! Ajá àdúrà mi gbà. Ọ̀dà yáyá mi gbà máa rí òun fún ọba náà. Ọmọ alágbó yìí bàjẹ́ o, mo ti fẹ́ máa ń ètì ẹ̀ báyìí. Ṣé ẹ rí lédi wúrà tí ò padà wáyé ó máa wúlò? Mo ti yé tiẹ̀, nígbàjà mo wípé kúkú ìkọjá yìí lẹ́yìn bá tó bá nù sílẹ̀. Mo ní àgbótán tó bá àwọn.
Now, produce of this day are high costs and customary photography, both serving and retired. Members of the General Bar, Chairman of NBA, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we are gathered here this morning is not perfect. It is to honor our father and one of us in this local profession, late Otunba and Bisi, who passed on the 18th of March 2023. It is the tradition of this local profession always acknowledge and honor the departed among us. Bisi and no legal person, former Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice State, and former Deputy Governor of the State, has left an indelible mark on the sands of time in this state, and by extension, Nigeria, hence serve so much fun and happiness. The Minister of Justice and the NBA and the family of our beloved father. This. So this note that I want to invite the podium our Honorable Attorney Honorable and big guy essay. What would the podium by speech? Ladies and gentlemen, the governor of His Excellency, Yotu Egbeyemi, we have here personally to deliver his statement, but when we came yesterday, I was otherwise official assignment, and he has already directed me that I should deliver this speech. And more valuable is the fact that he actually said that where will you get his own root and ground if he's what we're doing. Your Excellency, the Honorable Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Otunba, my Lord, the Chief Judge of the State, Honorable Justice John Oyewole, my Lord, the President of the Customary Court of Appeal of the State, Honorable Justice Monisola Oluwatoyin. I also recognize the Lord, the retired but not tired Bisi, Honorable Justice Person. My Lord, judges of the State High Court, Customary Court, and both servant and retired. Let me also recognize members of the most especially my brother C. Boyega, the former Attorney General of the State. And I also recognize Mr. Owoshiya, former Attorney General of the State. Adewale Obafemi called apologize because the delay in his life and sent him for registration. Also, the chairman of the NBA, the member of official and unofficial, the family of late Otunba, Bisi, Egbeyemi, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Today's event is in honor of an exceptional distinguished and revered personality in person of the late former Deputy Governor Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi, the late former Deputy Governor, who was also former Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice. No doubt has contributed immensely to the development of the state in all ramifications. While he was the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, in his state between October 2002 and January 2002, the Ministry of Justice witnessed a tremendous development towards ensuring access to justice. The late Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi was born in the year 1944 in the town of Adoyi. He undertook his primary education between 1952 and 1959 at both St. Stephen's Primary and Baptist Primary School, after which he proceeded to Highland Memorial Secondary School between 1961 and 1967. Being an intelligent individual, he privately studied for and passed his GCE O-level, his West African certificate examination, and his GCE A-levels as well. Progressing in his rapid interest in education, studying biology and education at the University of Lagos between 1972 and 1975, after which he published two top-shelf papers on physical health education and were well circulated in additional teachers school across Southwest Nigeria. He undertook a career detour where he proceeded to the University of Ife, now Obatemi, and would love to study law between 1977 to 1980. He was thereafter called Nigeria Bar in 1981. As his detailed professional practice as a law from 1981 till the past. He served as a member of the old Ondo State House of Assembly in the year 1980, after which he served as the executive chairman of Agro-Its local government between 1991 to 1990. He also served as the director of Owen Hotels in those states between 1995 and 1996. As a result of his experience, beautiful and selfless service, he was appointed the Commissioner of Education in the state, a position he held from 1999 to 2000, before he became the Commissioner of Justice and Attorney General of the state between 2002 and 2000. While he was the Deputy Governor, he presided over the Bureau of Chieftaincy Affairs, and he was able to restore so many protected chieftaincy houses in several communities in the region. His style was coupled with his understanding experience in media matters. Under him, it is said was able to have for the first time already presented chieftaincy direction of all the towns and communities in the region as a companion. Otunba Bisi, Egbeyemi is a man of honor, and this reiterated by the fact that he is a recipient of numerous awards and recognition. He passed physical inclusion with distinction at the College of Education. He was a meritorious award recipient of the Law Society of Lagos of University of Ibadan in 1979. He won the distinguished local government chairman of the year in Ondo State as the best local government chairman of the year in 1992, and also the award of best commissioner in the year 2000. Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi was a community man to the top. The political geography cannot of note. He held the traditional citizen title of Otunba and 16 other titles in cities, towns, and villages, which include Mayi Town, Ondo State, Agba Akin Artificial of the Land, Otunba Atayishi of the Iwa Joyi, Bashop. Politically, he was a shining leader, an icon. He was a lover of people, and he designed an environment where his life was sustained on what achievable and according to the world and so. It was this desire that popularly as the youthful bell bearer of the other history of the last of Shibolai and Obafemi Awolowo. Was in 1982, which started with his leadership of the youth wing of Ado-Ekiti branch of the party. He was later elected a honorary member representing Ado-Ekiti in the Ondo State House of Assembly in 1983. This singular occasion got many political achievements then to pass as immediate past deputy governor of the state in 2018 to 2022. Baba was a committed Christian, a church worker, and a builder even at the final level of the house. He was the Baba Egbeyemi until his death at the Cathedral Church of St. Emmanuel Odisha Ade. Baba might have gone to rest with the Lord, but his memories and work shall live on, and his imprints in the sands of time shall remain evident for generations to come. We equally have to thank God that Baba was able to give unto this noble profession one of us, a perfect gentleman in the person of Barrister Adebisi Oyega. We thank God for Baba's, for the family that Baba left behind, and God shall continue to sustain them. Adieu, Baba Bisi.
Thank you very much. Attorney General, Commissioner for Justice. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as that was going on, we had the deputy governor speak coming. So I have the pleasure and honor to welcome Her Excellency the Deputy Governor of the State, Chief Mrs. Monisade Christiana Afuye. Now please make welcome Her Excellency. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We move on straight now to take a couple of goodwill messages. And of course, we'll be starting with the Chief Judge of Ekiti State, my Lord Honorable Justice John Adeyemi.
Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, my Lord, accordingly, my Lords, both serving and retired, let's see, ladies and gentlemen, on the already established. There is a reality of every man. Probably see Egbeyemi pay, so and comfort, live forever and have. Was William Chase who wrote that all the ones in the state and all the men and women in the affairs have their exit, their entrance. A woman is like place and path. View of the demand for the essential Burma whom I will see Egbeyemi Peter came on the 8th March 2023 at the age of 79. His light shines bright above his peers in all the past. President of the Physical Education Students Association of the University of Lagos, College of Education, President of the Law Student Association of University of Director of Foreign and Affairs, Oyo State, Director of Otunba Investment Company, the State Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General, and the Deputy Governor of our dear state, between 2018 and 2022, was able to engrave his name in the memories and hearts of the men and beyond. He was a lawyer, a politician, who, with environment dexterity, buying the he said, for a better side, the only factor that drove his life as a good leader of the born British Party of member of the State House of Assembly, chairman of Adol local government in Nigeria, under whose tenure many developmental projects were recorded as a lawyer and as a lawyer. That is the reality of every man. The life that is well lived, who will be well educated, Egbeyemi. So, at comfort, his memory will forever be with them. One is great loss, my prayer is that his goodness, my prayer is that God will grant his family and loved ones before the prayers these people appear for you. The gentle and brilliant soul of the book of Egbeyemi rest perfect.
Thank you very much. Next, I'll be inviting the Right Honorable Speaker It states out of the right into the Let's see.
The Honorable Commissioner of Justice and the General of Justice Adedayo Ata, my Lordship, Chief Judge, the Court of Appeal, Honorable Justice Modesola Odode, all the judges there. I'm sorry, I will not be able to arrange you in order of class of seniority. But my job there is to pay with my father here. We are gathered here together this morning for this special bar session being held in honor of our former deputy governor, Otunba Egbeyemi, who passed away on Friday, 18th of March, 2023. Holding this special session for the 8th Otunba Egbeyemi is very apt and desirable, having been a diligent and faithful officer in the Temple of Justice in his lifetime for over 40 years, over 41 years. It's one of the rites of passage performed for deceased member of the bar and the bench to celebrate their contribution to the roles of law and justice delivery in their lifetime. And this is what we have come to do as one of the friends to be our late father, former deputy governor, from this day. Today, we have not come here to mourn our reverend father, but we are here to celebrate his virtue and good works. Sterling contribution to the legal profession, especially in the area of advocacy and administration of justice. Otunba Egbeyemi studied as well began in the year when he was forced to back after qualifying as a lawyer with the barrister at law, PS certificate, and the Nigeria Law School Island in Lagos. He has earlier obtained his Bachelor of Law degree at the University of after a previous experience as a teacher and school administrator. He has stellar career as a lawyer and choose to establish his chamber in his hometown. Where he practiced law and contributed immensely to the legal profession by providing access to justice for the rich and for the poor alike. The chamber of Otunba Egbeyemi were always open to the oppressed, the repressed, and the shifted. And their people who are seeking justice and were looking for his service to assist them get justice, which he did with passion and open sense of duty. Baba was renowned for being a lawyer to many community associations, town union, artisan body, many interest groups, and poorest of the poor, whom he defended and ensured that they got justice. His chamber, officially known as Egbeyemi and Co, also served as training ground for lawyers, many of whom have become senior lawyers, teachers, universities, magistrates, and judges, and are contributing to the education of the legal profession and deepening justice students. The late Otunba Egbeyemi crowned his membership of the legal profession with his appointment as the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice by the first elected governor of the state, Otunba Adebayo, during which he initiated reform to the justice section and ensured the synergy between the bar and the bench for the administration of justice. His experience as legal luminary and the state during the tenure of Dr. as deputy governor, which he utilized for settlement of disputes that had to do with chieftaincy and boundary matters, which were placed under his office. As a skilled system administrator, the late Otunba Egbeyemi non-traditional ways Their shift subject and other interest groups in their domain to the administration of the people of the state during his tenure as deputy governor. In his lifetime, and during his tenure as deputy governor, the late Otunba Egbeyemi participated in the activity of local branches of Nigerian Bar Association and assisted in the body morally, financially, and materially. He was a committed and consummate barman. It is also worthy of note that Otunba Egbeyemi has his son, Mr. Egbeyemi, who is also a lawyer doing very well in the profession. What a wonderful way to replace himself and continue the good legacy he's leaving behind. It is also worth on behalf of myself and the House of Assembly, I celebrate the life of and times of this great man, Otunba Egbeyemi, whose legacy will continue to speak for him long after his passing. Apart from being a legal giant, Baba was also a lawmaker, as he was a member of the House of Assembly in the Otunba state, and that made him to share the same passion and calling with me and my colleagues in the House of Assembly. It is a life well spent by Otunba Egbeyemi, the man who gave voice to the voiceless in the temple of justice and exhibited his advocacy skill in the courtroom to the administration of all. Although his loss is being felt by the entire people of the state, we should all take solace in the good life he lived and positive contribution he made to leave the society better than he met it. We pray God grants our Baba, my father, the great Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi, peaceful repose in the world beyond, and also give immediate family, friends, professional colleagues, political associates, the good people of Egbeyemi, the good people of Ekiti State and Nigeria as a whole, the fortitude to bear this great loss. Adieu, Otunba Egbeyemi. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Right to the speaker, out of the Assembly. Next, we'll have a former Attorney General, the Commissioner for Justice, Obafemi Abiwale, SCN, represented here today by Shafi Abiodun.
Good morning. May I humbly adopt this in order to avoid wasting of our time. I stand here this morning to represent Obafemi Abiwale, who is on a very good house because his client was tomorrow. Send his condolences to the family and his apologies to the house. He has deemed it fit to pen down his thoughts, which I will pray the indulgence of this house to bring out of the comments. Another of things was practiced. Good real message delivered by Obafemi Abiwale of Nigeria, and the special session held in honor of late Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi, former Attorney General, Commissioner for Justice, and former Deputy Governor of the state on Wednesday, 31st May 2022. It is hard to say goodbye to Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi, who lived from 8 May 1944 to 18 March 2022. Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi was a Nigerian lawyer and politician. He was born 8 May 1944 and died on 18th of March 2022. He served in various positions, including but not limited to chairman and advocate for government from 1991 to 1992, Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice between 2002 to 2003, Honorable Commissioner for Education 2002, House of Representative Candidate Alliance for Democracy Party 2003, Deputy Governor between the year 2018 and 2022, Director of Owena Hotels of Oyo State, Director of World Investment Company. His education education. He later went to the great University of England, now Awolowo University, OA, where he bagged his LLB degree before proceeding to the Nigerian Law School, Victoria Island, Lagos. He was called to the Nigerian bar as a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria in 1981. As a politician, Otunba Egbeyemi left his marks in the political career. As a chairman of the local government council, Otunba Egbeyemi was close to the grassroots. One of his enduring legacies from that tenure is the Bisi Egbeyemi market, which was established by his administration, but named Bisi Egbeyemi market by the beneficiary market group themselves in administration of this effort. As Commissioner for Education, Otunba Egbeyemi, with the benefit of his experience as an educationist, introduced the neighborhood school inspector scheme. Through this scheme, expressed mostly retired school principals and teachers were engaged as inspectors of schools in their immediate neighborhood. My father, Chief Egbeyemi, was one of them. The scheme was very successful in checking the rates of lateness, loitering, and absenteeism in schools among both teachers and students. The result was a marked improvement in the performance of students in external examinations. One outstanding and remarkable thing, however, was that in all the years that we had known each other, since about 1992-1993, we had related very well without prejudice to political differences. For instance, whilst I was in the UNCP in the dying days of the Bisi regime, he was in DPN. Later, upon the death of General Sani Abacha in 1998, we both found ourselves in the Alliance for Democracy. The party eventually won the elections and Otunba Adebayo, Honorable Minister of Trade and Commerce and Industry, became the first democratically elected governor of the state. After Bisi Egbeyemi was appointed Commissioner for Education, whilst I became the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice. He later succeeded me as Attorney General in the Ministry of Justice in the same government in October 2002. When I moved to the Ministry of Works and Transport, incidentally, both of us left the cabinet in January 2003 to contest the National Assembly elections from a platform of the Alliance for Democracy. I was the senatorial candidate for the Central Senatorial District, while Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi was candidate for House of Representatives for Ado-Ekiti and Electoral Federal Constituency 1. And next Otunba Abiola Olasope, also a senior from Ekwala, was House of Representatives candidate for Federal Constituency 2, comprising Ijebu, Ekiti West, and Ekon local governments. He was elected deputy governor in 2018 and served from 2018 to October 2022. He was the first Ado-Ekiti indigene to occupy the office after Dr. Sikri retired Lawal, late Mrs. Agniola Yinka, and Dr. Mrs. Adelabu. Otunba Egbeyemi, the business entrepreneur. A lot has been said and written about Otunba Egbeyemi as a lawyer and politician. There is, however, another side to him which I must mention. He was an entrepreneur, business, and a businessman. He owned many businesses. He was an hotelier and he operated a water bottling company. Of course, we all know Yellow Water. Besides, he was heavily into real estate business. And on this point, I used to talk with him and one of my dear brothers and respected senior, Chief Ladino Anishirowo, about knowing who was the bigger land speculator among the two of them. My personal reflections of him. All through the years that I knew him, Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi came across as a very frank and blunt person. He would always declare and maintain his position, not caring whose words to confirm. He did not care about anybody liking or disliking because of whatever he had done or said. He always yelled and expressed his views sometimes. You also knew where he stood on issues, even if you did not agree. In conclusion, I can safely say that it was a pleasure to have known and interacted with Bisi Egbeyemi, educationist, lawyer, politician, and businessman. Otunba lived a long, prosperous, and impactful life. I pray that God Almighty will forgive him his trespasses, grant his soul eternal rest, and comfort his family, particularly Mama Margaret Egbeyemi and the children, one of whom, Bisi Junior, is also our colleague. I condole with the Royal Palace and the Rio Bado in Council, the legal profession, and the entire people of Ekiti, whom we served for so long and so diligently. Adio, Otunba, Egbeyemi. Good night. Good night, Otunba last. I will not go by the white again. Just know. Once again, I thank the Honorable Attorney General Mr. Egbeyemi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Venture, and the Ministry of Justice for giving it fit to honor our departed Attorney General. God Almighty will honor you all. Thank you also to the 3 NBA branches of Agro, Imperial, and Ekiti for collaborating to honor one of our home. God bless you all. Obafemi Adewale, SCN, Life Venture, former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we invite former Solicitor General who works currently for Otunba, Vice Honorable Justice E.I. Akintayo, retired.
Àṣírí protocol ló máa fi gbà.
Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, the Speaker of the State, good morning. Lord CJ, good morning. President, Customary Court, good morning. My Lord Justice Ashley, Tired, Judge of the Court of Appeal, good morning. Standard, other folks, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My speech will not be long. We are here again to celebrate the life and times of the young woman, an achiever, a lover of people, a youth living an aspect politician, and a devoted Christian who came, saw, and conquered. I knew she is for a short period of 35 years. I knew him as a very humble man. Despite that fact, that he achieved a lot in his life and held important positions. As a legal practitioner, he practiced the law very well, he held legal profession and the judiciary high and very encouraged. He held the court at a very high esteem and respected the judges at all times. He appeared before me several times, and he knew the law and the application thereof. He demonstrated this in all the cases he has done. The last case he gave with me in the court as the lover of downtrodden people and the people in general was a land matter in which somebody less privileged was to be seated. He took up the matter, Ghana pro bono. He won the case for it. And learned from him that Didon need human double. His life attests to his life. He lived and died a glowing and shining. It is so. Rest
very much for the testing. Next, we invite the chairman NDE ability to please come forward. While the chairman.
Governor of the state, by the general of the state, inside a jail. When any current already established, I will give this speech on behalf of the NBA branches of the stability, the career. As written in the Holy Bible, death is not proud. It's not a day to mourn the soul of our departed father, either statesman, legal luminary, industrial administrator, and active politician. For the day to rejoice, recounting the language faith, and legacy to the word of God. Today, we are gathered in this hall to hold a vast session in honor of the late Deputy Governor of the state and former Attorney General Commissioner of Justice, Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi. We are to pay our respect to the departed senior colleague who lived a life of integrity, simplicity, diligence, and honesty. The news of the departure came so suddenly on 18th March 2023 at the Nigerian Association at the branch, and it made our heart full. We are, however, derive our consolation from the great legacy left behind by the both in private and public sector. Hence, his memory is forever taught. Why I recruit myself from elogies, I will however want to imprint on our heart what young generations have emulated from the life of Otunba. And this virtue will be represented with the spelling of his first name, Bisi. B, being the best in what he did. His Excellency was the best in what he did while he was with us. He studied privately to pass his West Africa School certificate, studied privately to pass his PCE, ordinary and advanced level certificate. He graduated with distinction in physical education at the University of Lagos College of Education. To mention a few. In fact, shortly before his election as deputy governor in the state, he was still appearing in court and representing the interests of his friends in line with great practices despite his age there. Therefore, we should endeavor to be the best in what we do. Ingenious leadership. His Excellency had a track record of ingenious leadership throughout his lifetime. He was ex-prefect at primary and modern school. He was president of the Physical Education Students Association at the University of Lagos College in 1974 and 1975. President of the Law Society and Law Students Association, University of Ife in 1978 and 1979. He was Attorney General Commissioner for Justice in the state from 2002 to 2003. He was director of Otunba Investment Company Limited between 2010 and 2014 and was deputy governor from 2018 to 2022 before his court rest. The question to ask ourselves is, am I a leader worthy of emulation? Example of complex trade. Otunba, while I was always driven to be successful in all he does. He rose from being a laboratory assistant as a Filipina component, doing in 1965 to being a commissioner for education in the state from 1999 to 2002 to being an attorney general and then a deputy governor in the state. In all these capacities, Otunba recorded not only success and achievement too numerous to mention. I hope our God will enable to be successful, driven in whatever capacity or enable of life you may be. I stand the industry. If there is any person that will not forget so soon about it, definitely it's industry. Otunba was industrious. No wonder he was awarded the best chairman of all local governments in Ondo State in 1992. Best commissioner in the state in 2000. Justice of Peace by the state government in 2002. Conferred with citizen titles in 14 towns across the country, among others. It's our sincere prayer that his legacy will live on while he continues to rest in peace. Finally, I must appreciate the general and commissioner for justice in the country, of Nigeria, for organizing this event in partnership with the key branches of the Nigerian Association in the state to honor our dear Otunba Egbeyemi. Thank you very much. May the soul of Otunba Egbeyemi.
Thank you very much. Yeah. For now, wrap it up. All of the goodwill messages will be wrapped up by one from our Excellency, the Deputy Governor of the State, Her Excellency Chief Minister Bisi.
Good morning, everyone. General all judges are present. The children of our and grow family and state at large. Gentlemen of the press and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be here today. Celebrating our dear father, Otunba Bisi, and the business of the past level government of the state. The legal icon, respected traditional hardship, is successful entrepreneur, a community leader, a strong member of any function, a patriotic, a statesman, and a good administrator. Baba began his political career as a chairman in Ado local government and rose steadily to become deputy governor of the state. He was to me a political father and inventor. On my nomination as deputy governor of candidate of our party, I went to Baba. He counseled me a lot. After the election, I also went to him back. He took me through the functions of the office of deputy governor. He was friendly, very far, important.
The news of Baba death was shocking and was created coming at the time that I was looking forward to benefit from his wedding experience that contributed massively to the development of the state and its people at large. Indeed, we lost a wonderful and a great people. As the deputy governor, who superintended over chieftaincy matter during his tenure, followed traditional rulers appointed and installed. His Royal Majesty of Adefunke Ayodele, the local government. His Royal Majesty Adekunle Adepoju, the Ọbalá the only Ìjẹ̀ṣà Prince Olúfẹ́mi Samuel Amala, His Royal Majesty Prince Ogunbiyi Joshua Olúwàgbóyèga, the Oníjà of Ìjàdù. Among his achievements are the segment about 20 chieftaincy across various communities in the state. Equally, Chief Otunba, Bisi, Egbeyemi. Successfully, he served several interstate boundary disputes, as well as two interstate boundaries between Ekiti and Kwara, and also Ekiti and Osun, respectively. His Excellency Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi lived a successful and fulfilling life, rising to national prominence by dint of hard working, political wisdom, devotion and wholesome commitment to the service of his people. Baba had a good working relationship with everybody, both in his office and in the at large. Baba will be remembered as a committed politician and grassroots mobilizer, inspiring power in political organization. Baba will be strongly missed. We pray that God grant his family members and the good people of the state at large the fortitude to bear the incomparable loss. Indeed, we have lost a wonderful leader. But it takes solar to find that Baba lives and is able and feel like continue to write in the bottom of the page of our dear Otunba Egbeyemi. When the church come to pass, Baba is a disciplinarian until Bisi Egbeyemi is used to call him. Good night. You're my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. Come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that beautiful one. All right, now we take a very short lecture, which will be presented by Lord Honorable Justice Abini O. From Lord, my Lord.
His Excellency, Governor of the State, ably represented by the Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Gary Apata, SPN, Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of the State, Madam Speaker of the State House of Assembly, the Honorable the Chief Judge of the State, Honorable Justice John O. Abie, the President of the Customary Court of Appeal of the State, Honorable Justice Mr. Abodini, my Lord, of Nigeria is accorded the dignity of a chief by reference to that part or to a community established in that part. End of quote. The above definition of chief clearly implies that we must have recourse to the law in force at any particular time in a community to determine who a chief is. In Ekiti State, the words chief and recognized chief are defined in section 33 of the Chief's Law of Ekiti State, chapter C5, Laws of Ekiti State, 2012, as follows. Quote, chief means a person whose chieftaincy title is associated with a local community and includes a minor chief and a recognized chief. Recognized chief means an Oba appointed to a recognized chieftaincy who by tradition has power to confer chieftaincy title. Recognized chieftaincy means a chief to which the provision of part 1 apply. End of quote. From the foregoing definition, it is crystal clear that a recognized chief is an Oba. And permit me to say that there is no equivalent of the word Oba in English. It is not king. And that is why the law refers to a recognized chief as an Oba, not king. This implies that other chiefs, however high, esteemed or revered, be it traditional or honorary, are minor chiefs and cannot be equated or compared with a recognized chieftain or accorded the rights, privileges, and status of another. Indeed, in rank and status, minor chieftaincies are subservient to the recognized chieftaincy in the domain, and unless they are upgraded, recognized, and approved, such status by government. Ekiti State, like other states in southwest Nigeria, has a rich and elaborate corpus of recognized and minor chiefs. While minor chiefs are in their thousands, currently there are 140 recognized chiefs across 140 towns in the 16 local government areas of the state, with some local governments having as little as one. Example, Ado and Egbeyemi local governments, and some having as many as between 10 and 25. Examples, Ekiti East, Moba, Idosi, Irekobi Felogun, Oye, Ijero, and Ikole local governments. The recognized chieftains are also graded by government into 4 categories as follows. Grade A plus, 28. Grade A, 38. Grade B, 36. Grade C, 28. The State Council of Traditional Rulers, a statutory body, is constituted by the governor biennially, that is every 2 years, from this pool of recognized chiefs. And its membership, totally 86 and encompassing the 4 grades, is as follows. Grade A plus and A, 66. Grade B, 7, and grade C, 13. Recognized chiefs or others play very important roles in our society. First and foremost, they are the leadership institution predating our present and modern forms and systems of government, and their hegemony dated back to ancient times. Thus, they serve as a bridge or link between the ancient and modern styles of governance. Although their original powers and influence have been largely eroded, curtailed, and circumscribed by our subscription to constitutional democracy at all levels of governance, still, they have remained quite relevant and play active and functional roles as traditional rulers, community leaders, custodians of culture and tradition, peacemakers, customary arbitrators, and the arrowhead, rallying point, and champions for community development, prosperity, and progress. They are also very useful as consultants, and I use the word consultant in quotes, and advisors to government on diverse issues of customary law, chieftaincy, culture, custom, communal living, public order, and security. See Section 3 of the Council of Traditional Rulers Law of State 2012, which talks about the functions and the duties of these organs. The important role of recognized chiefs in providing quality leadership for their subjects at the grassroots and support for effective democratic governance has necessitated the provision of a robust legal framework to regulate or govern matters pertaining to their office or position, and an administrative machinery to manage their affairs. The legal framework is provided by three legislations, to wit, the Chief Law of the State 2012, the Council of Traditional Rulers Law of the State 2012, and the Regency Law of the State 2015. The administrative machinery is provided by the Bureau of Chieftaincy Affairs and Extra-Ministerial Department of Government, which, as I said earlier on, was headed by Bisi Egbeyemi, whom I was privileged to work with and serve under. It is to be noted that a recognized chieftaincy is not a political office or an elective post at all. However, the process of the emergence of a person to this revered position features similar stages such as nomination, selection, election, and appointment as a political post. This fact was elaborated upon by the Court of Appeal
After stating the procedure according to the law, the Supreme Court said this and it's important. The Supreme Court said it is important to observe that the word shall in quotes, which is predatory rather than directive, has been used in all the paragraphs of the section. Compliance is therefore binding and not left to the discretion of the person to whom the section imposes a duty. End of quote. A careful examination of Section 8 and other related sections of the Gist Law of State 2012 reveals that some key persons are assigned vital roles in facilitating the selection and appointment of an Oba. They are as follows. 1. The member of the State Executive Council in charge of chieftaincy affairs may be a commissioner, may be a special advisor, may be the secretary to the state government, but in our context, in the last 5 or 6 years, starting from the tenure of His Excellency Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi, the member of the State Executive Council in charge of chieftaincy affairs has been the Deputy Governor. And currently, the member of the State Executive Council in charge of chieftaincy affairs is no other person than Her Excellency the Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, who succeeded Baba Bisi Egbeyemi. As a member of the State Executive Council, usually vested with powers of the council to implement the provisions of the Gist Law in the administration of chieftaincy matters, he plays the following vital and unique roles in the selection and appointment process of Obas. A or 1, making and registering chieftaincy declaration. Specifically, he is vested with powers by the Gist Law to order or direct the chieftaincy committee of a local government council area to make a declaration in writing stating the customary law which regulates the selection of a person to be the holder of a recognized chieftaincy. I must say that the chieftaincy committee we talked about here is the local government traditional council made up of the Obas in the local government. It is not an ad hoc committee of public servants or political office holders, but a committee of traditional rulers, a committee of Obas at the local government level. It is obliged to ensure the approval and registration of the chieftaincy declarations made. See sections 1 and 4 of the Gist Law of the State. In general, the procedure for appointment of the government of customary law, which is unwritten. See the case of Daramola versus Governor of Osun State and the case of Oyeni versus Okoye, citation supply. However, the appropriate Gist Law normally provides for the codification of such customary law. And once the codification is made in a declaration, it becomes the recognized or prescribed procedure of customary law for making the appointment. Siadeful versus Oyeshile. Therefore, chieftaincy declarations are by their nature subsidiary legislation made under the Gist Law, but have the force of a constitution for the particular recognized chieftaincies for which they are named. They came into existence to stop the need for frequent calling of evidence in the book of customary law and traditions of the people in relation to any particular recognized chieftaincy title or throne. The purpose of a recognized chieftaincy declaration is to embody a legally binding written statement of fact. The customary law of the relevant area in which the method of regulating the nomination and selection of a candidate to fill a vacancy is clearly stated, so as to avoid uncertainty. See Olowu versus Olowu and Mafili versus Ewa, citation supply. A chieftaincy declaration will normally specify the number and the identity of ruling houses to the recognized chieftaincy, the order of rotation of succession, eligible candidates, the number and identity of kingmakers, the method of nomination of candidates by the ruling house, etc. And once it is documented or codified in a declaration, it becomes the law of maiden and partial, which cannot be altered which cannot be changed except by a formal process prescribed under the GIS law. The court has severally underscored the powers of government to make and register chieftaincy declarations to regulate the selection and appointment process of recognized chiefs. On this point, the Supreme Court, in the case of Olariwaju versus Oyèsọ́mí, 2014, citation supplied, aptly stated laws, quote, it is settled law that the duty, function, and responsibility of making chieftaincy declarations lie with the executive arm of the relevant state government, and is usually exercised by a chieftaincy committee on behalf of that government. And where a declaration in respect of the recognized chieftaincy is validly made and registered, the matter therein stated is deemed to be the customary law regulating the selection of a person to be the holder of the recognized chieftaincy to the exclusion of any other customary law, usage, or rule. The declaration is therefore, in the eyes of the law, the tradition, customary law, and usages pertaining to the selection and appointment in school, which of necessity dispense with the required need of proof by oral evidence of the relevant custom, tradition, and usages each time the need arises to determine the matter of succession to the school or throne or chieftaincy title. End of quote. It must be emphasized that a chieftaincy declaration must, and the must is in capital letters, be registered before it can be effective. A chieftaincy declaration that is made by a chieftaincy committee under section 1, or by a commission of inquiry under section 3, or by the executive order of the governor under section 6A of the law, is inapplicable, ineffective, and unenforceable if it is not registered. See sections 4, subsection 1 and 2 of the GIS law of the state, and the case of military administration of the state versus Oladeyelu, and the case of Molekeyi versus Ajayi. The case of military administration of the state versus Oladeyelu is on the Alaja House of the chieftaincy, recognized chieftaincy, and the case of Molekeyi versus Ajayi is on the recognized chieftaincy of Owa of Okiako. Now, before the creation of the state in October 1996, while she was still part of Ondo State, several chieftaincy commissions of inquiry, to which the Justice Morgan Commission, 1977, the Justice Oluwole Commission, 1982, the Justice Olayiwola Commission, 1984, and the Justice Agataye Commission, 1989, recommended the making of chieftaincy declarations in respect of some recognized chieftaincies in the part of Ondo State, among others. The government, the then Ondo State government, accepted the recommendations by its white paper present. Unfortunately, many of these approved declarations were not codified or registered as required by law, and thereby subjecting the customary law applicable in filling the school to controversy and uncertainty, which often resulted in protracted litigation upon vacancy. I will give you 3 examples. The Morgan Chieftaincy Review Commission, 1977, recommended a chieftaincy declaration for the Owa of Okiako, recognized chieftaincy, in 1981. There was a reigning king then. The declaration was never registered. It remained as a government white paper. And it lingered on until the death of the king. After the death of the king, because there was no registered declaration, trouble ensued. And more than 2 decades after the demise of that king, that school has remained vacant. And not only vacant, that chieftaincy has remained subject and is still pending at the Supreme Court. Second example is the case of Oba of Ipawa. The registered declaration, the approved declaration was not registered. It's also subject. I will say no more. The third is the Alamoroko of Igoroko registered chieftaincy. The Morgan Commission recommended a declaration. It was not registered until the king died. Right now, that school has remained vacant. The matter is also subject. I believe I'm talking to legal minds. I will not say more. However, it is to the credit of late Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi that during his tenure as deputy governor and member of the State Executive Council in charge of chieftaincy affairs, he ensured that these approved, government-approved declarations were collated, referred back to the relevant local government chieftaincy committees, codified, reapproved, and duly registered so that they can be effective and they can be applicable. The foregoing is the list of 24 affected chieftains, recognized chieftains, and the date of their codification and registration. I will not bore you with the date of codification and registration, but permit me to read out those chieftains. 1. Alayi of Efe, Alayi. 2. Olohan of Nigeria. 3. Olojido of Ogoile. 4. Owaoye of Okenesi. 5. Elenure of Emore. 6. Akalufi of Iseka. 7. Owaide of Eke. 8. Onimesi of Imesi. 9. Alayi of Ayi. 10. Obalogun of Ulogun. 11. Alararomi of Araromi. 12. Alayegule of Ayegule. 13. Elewu of Ewu. 14. Alafa of Afa. 15. Alari of Are. 16. Alawo of Awo. 17. Eleshure of Eshure. 18. Eleyo of Eyo. 19. 20. Obalio of Erinope. 21. Oba Saoye of Saoye. 22. Elejelu of Ijelu. 23. Oniri of Iri. And 24. Onitaji of Taji. These were recognized chieftaincies with government-approved declarations that have been outstanding for a period of 40 years from 1980, 30 years, 20 years, down the line. But with the ingenuity of Chief Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi, these declarations were codified, they were registered, and they have become a part of for all times as regards the feeling of this system. I think it deserves a round of applause. If you are observant, you discover that the registration, the codification and the registration took place within 2 months. Most of them were codified in the month of November 2020, and they were registered within the space of a month, December 2020. So what they are taking the government of Ondo State and the government of Ekiti State to do for so many years, Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi, because of his background and his expertise in law and traditional matters, was able to do it within the space of 2 months. In addition to the above, Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi also ensured the qualification and registration of chieftaincy declarations for the 6 communities granted autonomous status and recognized chieftaincies by the state government upon the approval of the recommendations of the Justice Aladejano Chieftaincy Review Commission 2019, which commission also recommended amendments to 6 existing chieftaincy declarations. Below is the list of the said new and amended declarations. 1. Alahan of Ahayegule. 2. Ashaya of Ishaya. 3. Owa Ateju of Iwayeteju. 4. Oloja of Owateju. 5. Alajowa of Jowa. 6. Olukere of Oduoja. 7. Ajeru of Jero. 8. Elesu of Eso. 9. Olu of Yemero. 10. Obala of Isashu. 11. Olode of Ode. And 12. Ologotu of Ogotu. It is on record that in the history of Ekiti State, Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi was the first member of the State Executive Council in charge of chieftaincy affairs to see to the making and registering of as many as 35 chieftaincy declarations within 2 months while in office. By this deed, he had written his name in gold by providing a solid and veritable platform for future aspirants and candidates to teach recognized chieftaincy to have a clear-cut and well-defined process to be followed whenever there is vacancy. He is therefore eminently worthy of commendation for this feat. The second role is that upon the notification and confirmation of the vacancy in a recognized vacancy by reason of death, application, or deposition of the occupier, to grant approval of the appointment of a regent to the vacant stool by the kingmakers and in compliance with the extant regency law. C, upon notification and confirmation of a vacancy in a recognized vacancy stool, to grant approval to the secretary of the chief committee of the competent local government to commence the process of filling the stool. That simply means that the process for the commencement of the vacant recognized vacancy stool cannot commence without the approval of the deputy governor. And he never withheld it. He never did it. Not for for nomination as candidates for the vacant stool. The pronouncement of the Supreme Court in this respect in the case of Olorewaju versus Oyesomi is quite enlightening. The apex court said us, quote, it is settled law that only members of a ruling house for a particular chieftaincy of throne can compete for the title, stool or throne, whenever a vacancy exists. Where, however, succession to the stool is regulated by a recognized pattern of rotation, the contest for the title is usually limited to candidates for the ruling house who turn the keys to occupy the stool or throne. It follows, therefore, that no one can be a candidate for appointment or selection to a chieftaincy title or throne, except as a member of the ruling house whose turn it is to occupy the stool or throne. Where succession to state is governed by rotation. In a situation where there is no recognized pattern of rotation, however, the contest is free for all qualified members of the ruling house or houses of the chieftaincy concerned. In such situation, it is the principle of the survival of the fittest that operates for a successful candidate to a man. And where it is the survival of the fittest, I mean, the outcome is better imagined than expressed. It must be stated, I is not within the authority of the head of the ruling house or the secretary of that ruling house to refuse or decline forwarding the name of any nominee that has shown his interest to contest or vie for that chieftaincy stool. See the case of Monefe versus Ajayi that I earlier referred to, that is currently before the Supreme Court, and that chieftaincy stool has been vacant for more than 20 years, all because some names were not forwarded. Therefore, the failure, neglect, or refusal of a family head to forward the name or names of eligible and duly nominated members of the ruling house to the papers, either born of mistake, malice, or mischief, can embroil the appointment process in crisis and delay its progress perpetually. On the long run, it can render it invalid and liable to be set aside. Therefore, the head of the ruling house ought to be careful and circumspect in the exercise of his powers and ensure it is clearly within the confines of the law. D, to attend and maintain an observer status at the meeting of the kingmakers, conveying to appoint a candidate to fill the stool. I come to the last critical stakeholder in the process, the kingmakers. Section 3 of the Chief Law of the state also defines kingmakers in relation to a chieftaincy to mean the person entitled in accordance with customary law to appoint a person to be the holder of that chieftaincy, elucidating on the important role of kingmakers in the process of selection and appointment of chiefs. The Court of Appeal in Lorry Division, in his judgment in appeal number CA/RL/27/2001, Taiwo versus Agibole and another, delivered on 26 May 2023, held as follows. It's a decision on the, I think, Oloye of Oye recognized chieftaincy. It is strike law that the power to appoint a chief in accordance with the customs and traditions of the people belongs exclusively to kingmakers. It therefore follows that where persons who are not kingmakers, as the appellants in this case have been so found, participated in an election for the selection of the traditional ruler, the election is obviously null and void and of no effect whatsoever. See Ali versus Ibrahim and Amuda versus Adeloju. End of quote. The role assigned the kingmakers under section 8 of the Chief Law of the state earlier unstated is as follows. A, to convey a meeting to consider the suitability of the nominated candidate or candidates presented by the competent ruling house for appointment to the vacant stool within 14 days of receiving the names. So the kingmakers cannot hold everybody to ransom. They cannot hold the state, they cannot hold the town by the jugular. They have a time limit within which to work. And under the law, it is 14 days for receiving the name of the candidate for contestants. B, if a sole candidate submitted by the ruling house for consideration is not qualified, request the ruling house to nominate a fresh candidate or candidates for consideration. It is to be observed that the only valid ground upon which kingmakers may disqualify and reject a nominated candidate or candidates by the competent ruling house are those contained in Section 7 of Section 2 of the chief law of the state reproduced hereunder. And it says, no person shall be qualified to be a candidate for a recognized chieftaincy who, A, is not a member of the ruling house, B, suffers from serious physical infirmity, C, has under any law in force in Nigeria been found or declared to be a lunatic or otherwise adjudged to be of unsound mind, or D, as in Nigeria or any other country, one, been sentenced to death or imprisonment for a term exceeding 2 years, two, been convicted of an offense involving dishonesty and sentenced to imprisonment, therefore, and has not been granted free pardon, or three, has been adjudged bankrupt and has not been discharged. End of quote. Against the backdrop of the above stated provisions of the law, it is posited that it is not within the legitimate powers of kingmakers to expand the scope of disqualifying factors to include extraneous grounds such as age, marital status, attainment of a particular level of formal education, experience, exposure, investment, employment or enterprise, connection of influence, wealth, and rely on state to reject the candidate or candidates during the screening exercise preceding the selection and appointment. They cannot afford to be frivolous or sentimental in the discharge of the onerous duty imposed on them because of egregious consequences. Furthermore, it's vitally important for kingmakers to carefully ascertain and ensure that the candidate or contestant to be selected and appointed is an authentic member of the competent ruling house, as any error of commission or omission in this regard is fatal and will invalidate the entire process. Speaking on the seriousness of this issue, the Court of Appeal in the case of Aki versus Idepepo citation supply held as follows, quote, it is the law that where it is found that the contestant for a chieftaincy title does not belong to any ruling house for the chieftaincy, such contestant has no right to be recommended for appointment to the school. See Amugaga Suladelodo. This point was again reiterated by the Supreme Court in the case of Aki versus Otunba citation supply, where the apex court stated, thus, quote, where a non-member of the chieftaincy family was appointed, such appointment is void ab initio, and the approval of the executive council would not and could not confer validity on such appointment. The approval itself is equally void. End of quote. Where there are several nominated candidates presented by the ruling house and they are found suitable and qualified, subject them to the vote of the kingmakers, having regard to the relative ability, character, and popular support of each candidate. So elect the candidate to be appointed among the qualified and suitable contestants by a simple majority of votes of the kingmakers present and voting and declare him appointed. Where there is a tie in the voting, there's a stalemate. The chairman and the head of the kingmakers shall have a casting vote to break that count. To communicate the appointment of the selected or appointed candidate to the secretary of the state committee for processing of his presentation to the executive council for approval. It's also to be noted that the kingmakers must form a quorum at the meeting, convey to select and appoint the recognized chief as required by law. The statutory quorum is 1/2 of the kingmakers. See section 8A of section 1 of the chief's law. Any decision by the kingmakers as regards the selection, election, and appointment of a candidate to fill the vacancy without the requisite quorum is null and void, and any appointment therefrom is liable to be set aside. See Obatuga versus Oyepo, citation supply. Where the quorum is not constituted by reason of vacancies in the seat of some kingmakers or abstention, eligible persons from the family of the kingmakers for the committee shall be appointed as warrant chiefs by the governor to participate in the selection and appointment exercise. Furthermore, kingmakers are expected to perform their duties within the time frame prescribed by the law. They may not occasion undue and unnecessary delay in considering candidates presented by the ruling house and selecting or electing a supreme one to be appointed to the chieftaincy. Any willful, deliberate, or inadvertent default or dereliction in the performance of their role as required by the law may warrant their suspension and or appointment of proxies by the executive council to exercise their powers and perform their duties regarding the appointment to recognized chieftaincy. See sections 9 and 11 of the chief's law. We have said earlier on that Chief Egbeyemi was very gentle, very amiable, very friendly, accommodating, but where it's required, he could read the detail. And on this note, I must say that it is with great concern, it is greatly noted that the State Executive Council, upon the recommendations of Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi as Deputy Governor, had to invoke the powers of suspension of kingmakers. It never happened in the history of the state since 1996, but it happened during his tenure of office as Deputy Governor. The kingmakers to two recognized agencies were suspended, and the appointment and warranties were appointed to perform their duties. The chieftaincies were the Olori of Orin and the University of Bisi recognized agencies in the year 2020. And this has to be done before the selection and appointment process to be completed. It must be said that this power of suspension is rarely exercised and it only invoked as a last resort, and the only viable option then to bring any change in the selection and appointment process of an offer. Again, it behoves kingmakers to be recognized agencies to ensure that they do not constitute a clog in the wheel of progress of their communities by stalling the appointment process and thereby frustrating the wishes and yearnings of the people for an offer within reasonable time. I conclude with this. You will agree with me in the light of all I've said that late Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi played very significant and positive roles in the development and sustenance of the traditional chieftain institution in the state by ensuring a proper and functional codification of the customary laws pertaining to the selection and appointment process of traditional rulers, and by facilitating a synergy in the workings and efficiency of other stakeholders in the process. Courtesy of his spirited effort and in collaboration with the Attorney General, the chieftaincy declarations of 116 out of the 140 recognized chieftaincies in the state were duly gazetted by the Ministry of Justice. The process of making and registering chieftaincy declarations for the remaining 24 recognized chieftaincies also commenced. It must be said that the goal of having a peaceful, prosperous, and egalitarian society will be difficult to achieve and remain a mirage if the relevant functionaries responsible for piloting and managing the necessary processes are not committed, courageous, competent, and proactive in the performance of their assigned roles. In this vein, and in view of the exploits of this great icon, His Excellency late Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi, while in office as the Deputy Governor and the Chief Executive in charge of the state, there is no gainsaying that he was a performer. He played his part nobly, excellently, and creditably well. Indeed, the state and the traditional chieftaincy institution owe him a debt of gratitude for his modest and impactful contributions. I strongly believe that history and posterity will judge him fairly and positively for his invaluable contributions highlighted in this short presentation, and for his other contributions not covered here. Truly, Otunba Bisi Egbeyemi came, he saw and conquered. May the Lord grant him eternal rest in process and reward him for him. I thank God.
I said at the beginning of the lecture that we're going to be a very short one. The lecturer ended by saying this short lecture, short indeed, well researched and well delivered. That's why God is standing ovation. Thank you very, very much, Lord, for that beautiful presentation. All right, as we trying to draw the curtain of this program, we'll be taking presentation of souvenir, and this will be done by the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice once again.
may I, with the kind permission, invite the representative of the family to come to the podium. Now, sometimes this year, the Ministry of Justice started the process of having a maiden edition of the diary, and we thought it fits that we should customize for the diaries for all the past attorneys general, and this is what we did. And while we were waiting, so from the publisher, we heard about the death of our papa, but we still feel that we hold that duty to present this maiden edition of the Federal Ministry of Justice diary to the family. I'm now handing it over to you. Furthermore, what we have had is for money seems to be here is what Baba represents. Baba represents justice for all, for the community, for the administration of justice, for the family, for the nation of Nigeria, and for the state. What can we do to Baba? This is what the ministry, the justice sector, call the native justicia, which represents justice, and we are using this support to hand it over to the family because Baba represents justice to all of us.
Thank you very much. Before departure, there was going to be photo session, and the children of the man you're celebrating in the front, while the members, the special guests of honor join them, Her Excellency, my Lord, the Chief Judge, and others, and then the party will come to have a photograph session with them. As we are rounding up, there is at Bisi, at Davis, Egbeyemi, that please come speak.
a bottle of alcohol, you will drink it because you can't really wait. The man that can read when they your line inside, I mean, you put a caveat that there's line in there. I mean, you read it and you go back. But the man that cannot read, you walk in there, and that's it. He said, the only thing for any human being after food, water, and clothing is just to be able to read. You don't need to pay all that. That is an extra factor. Just know how to read. Just say you enjoy. I can't stand how many people will accept that educational notes. He doesn't want to hear that students will be amateurs or that is what will cause dropping out of school. You find a way of doing that school. You not buy clothes for you, you not buy stuff for you, but for education, you will make sure that you are educated. And he does that for family members, even to strangers. When he was a bossa, he gave a grade to students, indigent students, that he should do their school fees from many years and he gave the policy of the school. But he did this for them on his own rate, and this part of his salary to offset it. I'm very aware of that, and people are actually saying this out. Training, he trained us to step out. He trained us to love God. He enrolled my sister in the choir at second age, 10 years old. We'll be having morning devotion in my house every morning. And he lives it. He lives it. Takes us to church, teaches us new values that we should memorize new values. Teaches us that if you really want to communicate with your brother, and do it with you without this English right, because you are not ready to talk to them. When you are ready to talk to them, such a man he takes the situation he participated very well in the church activities of the church. And the church really appreciated he introduced a lot of changes and review in the activities of church. Such a good person. I would not say that it was one that it didn't force me to read law, but indirectly, that he had an influence. Because as earlier as I was in primary 2, I have been exposed to the same copies of activities, and the same copies of agreement, disagreement, don't know, flying over the office. Because when you land up from school, you go from school to office, then it goes better than something. So we do our homework, that is assignment. I use newspapers, track papers, to write my assignment to do writing. So I've been seeing law from primary school. I've been going to court with him from primary school. I've been handling his feet. In fact, I was not taking care of his chest and feet. And he's so passionate about this profession that he took it to another level. That's a special shoe for us. He doesn't use it for any other thing. So that's a special shoe for us. And he won't step on it. And he taught me how to polish it, especially. He said, wash it with foam, then you sun it, then you bring it back and polish it, then you sun it again. You were able to see yourself on my shoe. No, he said it. And that's the way he arranged his feet. fully starched, they're not flying. Actually, must fly. Like, how do you instigate your operation? How do you do that? So how do you do that? You don't know what they're doing. But people must fly. And he has a lot of them. Because he has over 20. All doing something. The scholar is 100% cutting. Not the last thing that will take this to another level. He told me when I got admission to Victor, he bought 2 shirts for me, one right and one blue. And now you are on your way to become a gentleman. The gentleman must have a suit and a blue shirt and a blue shirt. Then when I got admission, when I got admission to law school, I learned college. I learned a lot of benefits. I learned congratulations. The problem is another set of those are the tools of your trade. Your mouth, your edge, and your appearance. Those are your tools, and you must be very, very good tools. We learn that the best. We not do things without introspection. You not rush to do anything. You can't. You say you need to sit down and think things out. You don't rush into things. I remember when I was doing my jump from, I feel plus a woman, and I feel that you do that. Picking 2 of the best businesses in the world. You should have plans, you should have plans, and the man must have one. Who can change one? That cut off. What if you don't make the 2 of the best businesses in the world? You always have nothing is captured as to I can't really say much, but I would say that this loving is nice of study. We thank God for the man of passing away. When you come out, we know people that are gone down in some position. We know people that died in just accident. We even know those that are home, better home. We know those that died through plane crashes. We know those that were on the sick bed for years. We know those with tragic death, but we are consoled that we can't say the natural reaction, even if it's 600 years old, the natural reaction is to think about this. But we still thank God. We thank God. 79 years old. I pray we should also even live to that age, and even more than that. Now, I also pray that we our class